Hi, I'm Jonathan Tripodi, and welcome back to Freedom from Body Memory Insights Edition, where I'm sharing with you 30 years of insight into the physical body and into the nature of suppressed memory in the body, something I call body memory, and how that suppressed memory influences the body and how we can transform it or be transformed from it. And we've been diving into the energetics of human experience and talking about suppressed memory being really suppressed energy. That energy is what is the fundamental essence behind our sensations, emotions, thoughts, therefore our experiences. We touched on a description of how human experiences are born in your human energy field, the electromagnetic field surrounding your body, sometimes referred to as the light body, and how those energies get transmitted into the physical body. We described one of the subtle energy organs of the body called chakras. These are portals aligned in the center down the midline of the body, and they're portals for light to enter into the physical body from the light body. And so the question becomes, what happens after that? How does the energy of our experiences that's born in the light body, how does it distribute itself into the physical body after it enters in through the chakras? Well, this is actually a fascinating topic because it brings to light a system of the body that has been really overlooked, underestimated, not talked about very much. And excuse me, that system is called the fascial system or connective tissue system. We've touched on this system in one of the other episodes, earlier episodes. We talked about its primary ingredient being collagen, and we talked about collagen as it is being described by biophysicists as the most conductive substance on the planet, able to conduct all forms of bioenergy and convert one form into another. So this becomes absolutely essential to understand this system and understanding collagen, because the question becomes, how does the light from the light body get transmitted to the cells of our physical body so that we can embody our human experiences? How are those human experiences brought to life? Well, we know our nervous system is electrochemical in nature. It's not designed to transmit light. And so how do we get from light, the energy of light, how do we get it to become available to the nervous system in a form that it can work with? Well, fascia or connective tissue, specifically collagen, the main ingredient, is the key. Collagen can convert light to electricity. It can convert light into sound. It can convert light into heat. It can convert light into magnetic waves. and vice versa. I like to refer to the collagen network in our body as the universal translator. It's like it receives the language of the light body, and then it translates it into the language that the nervous system can work with and understand. It translates it essentially into the language or the energy that the body can work with. So let's come down to the cellular level right now and appreciate that, there's been scientific studies for many years that are measuring, detecting photon emissions coming out of the cells. So our cells are emitting light. Scientists haven't yet determined where the light is coming from. But for those who subscribe to the human energy field, the light body, it's an easy assumption then to make that the light from our light body is literally being pumped into our cells. I say pumped because what science has determined is that the photon emissions are occurring as a result of your DNA oscillating like an accordion. And so every time it oscillates, one photon of light is pumped into the cell. And it's oscillating a lot, thousands of times in a few seconds. And so a lot of light's being pumped into the body from some mysterious source. Once it enters the cell, we begin to look now at the anatomy of the cell. What's the cell made up of? It has organs, mitochondria, ribosomes, a nucleus. But it also has a membrane around it. And that membrane is a semi-lipid membrane, meaning it has fat, but it also has collagen. Even the organs of the cell have remnants of collagen. And then outside the membrane of the cell, there's an expansive whole body network of fascia, whose primary ingredient is collagen. And we've talked in previous episodes how connective tissue has this function of connecting one cell to another cell in order to create larger structures. So for an example, we can talk about muscles being comprised of many muscle cells that are all united through connective tissue. And fascia is a form of connective tissue. And when you look at then all the cells of our body having this connective network of fascia uniting those cells to other cells, and appreciating that this network that connects everything to everything is uninterrupted from head to toe. Lastly, that this network is primarily made of collagen that can convert most forms of energy into usable forms of energy by the body. I think we have discovered then, if I may take that leap and say this, that we have a fascial system, a connective tissue system that is converting the light from our light body into electricity, into heat, into sound, into magnetic waves. This is happening, by the way, this has been measured, at a billionth of a second. It's beyond instantaneous, but fairly like right now it's happening. Now the nervous system has conductive properties too, but only electricity. And so if the nervous system is in an environment of an energy other than electricity, it can react to it, but it can't necessarily understand it. It's kind of like if you go to a foreign country and you're surrounded by people speaking a foreign language, you might react to it neurologically, but you won't understand what they're saying. Now, the nervous system conducts at a millionth of a second. Still pretty fast, but not as fast as a billionth of a second. The other interesting thing about the nervous system is that it doesn't actually touch. It's not in contact with the entire body. It doesn't touch all the cells of our body. Connective tissue does. Now, appreciate this too, that the nervous system, which primarily consists of the brain and the spinal cord, and then these peripheral nerves, these nerves that exit the spinal cord, and they go off to your muscles, and they go off to your organs. This nervous system is composed of neurons. Well, what do you think unites one neuron with another neuron? Connective tissue. In fact, through dissection, it's been discovered that there's more collagen in your brain and spinal cord than there is neurons. So what you have is two communication systems. You have a fascial system that encases everything, including the second communication system, which is the nervous system. So light from the light body gets pumped into your cells. Connective tissue or collagen picks it up, instantly transmits it at a billionth of a second to the nervous system and converts it to electricity, in which the nervous system then can interpret and transmit. So this is a theoretical model of how our human experiences are born in the light body and transmitted into our physical body, and then transmitted into every cell of the body. This is how we embody our experiences through the five senses. And it's also how we interface with the universe and receive, like an antenna, information in many other forms of energy that we haven't yet discovered. Our light body becomes the antenna, picks it up, transmits it to our physical body. Fascia then transmits it to our whole body. And now you can see this continuum of information that's exchanged between our universe and our cells and the universe. Constant communication. Absolutely fascinating. There's a lot we could chat about here, but we're going to keep it in the arena of body memory. So essentially, when you suppress memory, when you have a physical or emotional experience that overwhelms you, your body has protective mechanisms that suppress the experience. What is the nature of suppression? What happens here? We've just understood that our light body, physical body, all of our cells, fascia, nervous system, organs are all involved in the transmission of experience. So the question becomes, are they also all involved in the suppression of an experience? You guessed right. Insight for today, the freedom from body memory insight, is that every cell of your body is involved in the suppression of experience. And we're going to talk more about that in episode 9. So thanks for joining. And as always, please share this information with anybody that you think would benefit, and ask them to subscribe to the channel so they're always aware of new additions and new information that's coming out. And thank you in advance for those referrals. Have a good day. See you soon.